Hi, I'm Melanie Hine, and I'm here with NewMediaNewWorld.com's top editors to discuss gamification.
I'm LeVander Moore.
And I'm Jimmy Pruitt.
And we're here with New Media New World magazine, and we're here to talk about how Madden has influenced the game and real life football today.
So, LeVander, what started the Madden game series?
Well, Trip Hawkins and Joe Ybarra of EA in 1984 went to John Madden to discuss John Madden football. And while on the train, they wanted to propose to him making a 7-on-7 Madden game, but John Madden said, if it's not 11-on-11, it's not real football. So they basically made the game after him and in his honor, and basically started Madden.
Thanks. So, Jimmy, what features in real football has the NFL put into the game?
There's been tons of features, but one of the most influential ones is, according to SI.com, the league goal was to have Madden resemble an idealized real NFL game. Basically meaning whatever happens in real life has to happen virtually. So if you were to do a celebration or a taunting, anything like that in real life, then the results will transfer over to the game. Meaning if you get a penalty, you get a penalty in the game. Everything has to connect with each other. And that's what he wanted to do with that.
Okay, great. LeVander, why is Madden important to gaming consoles?
Well, Madden is important to gaming consoles because it improves the definition of how we play our games and the consoles that we use to play them, and the in-depth experience that we see when we play these games, as well as the systems that compete against each other to make the best version for the gamers to use. And in 1984, when it first started, Nintendo 64 and Sega were the top game consoles to use Madden. Now it's Xbox and PlayStation. And before, Sega did have a game. It was a 2K series, but it was basically wasn't as popular as it was and as the Madden game was on Xbox and PlayStation, who have basically come to be the top gaming consoles today.
Okay. What are the positive and negative inputs that the NFL has put into the game?
Well, first, some of the positives, one being the defensive line controls. That's a major positive in this game. At first, it was just normal rushes. Now you have the opportunity to control each guy and really get into the guy and learn his every move. You can do a spin move, you can bull rush the offensive lineman and really control him and get to the quarterback a lot faster than the computer doing it. Next, greater play differentiation, meaning not everybody's the same. There's different players, different attributes. So meaning Tom Brady is a pocket passer quarterback. Cam Newton, he's a scrambler. You're not going to see Tom Brady scrambling. You're not going to see Cam Newton just sitting in the pocket all day. You're going to see more of Cam Newton. And that's what that is, and that's a positive. The third one is game face. It allows the user in real life to take his picture, take his face, and put it into the game on a guy he created and let him really get the connection to the game.
That's pretty cool.
Some of the negatives is official reviews and challenges. Today, the official reviews and challenges are more controlled by the computer. There's some times where you want to challenge a play, it doesn't really let you. But when you don't, it just challenges it for you. And that's kind of frustrating. Next is too much commentary. There's just too much talking. Game is loading. All you hear is talking. So the next time you play the game, the time after that, you hear the same talking. So it's kind of redundant. Next is constant download. You have to download everything pretty much. You just turn the game on, it starts downloading. You turn it off, it almost starts downloading. It's just too much downloading.
Okay. How has Madden impacted gaming and football today?
So we gamers, we know Madden is basically called Madden, but most other people know him as a coach. He's the voice of CBS, Fox, Monday and Sunday Night Football. And NFL players love seeing themselves, of course, and the TV features are in the broadcast as well, because in the last 9 of the last 12 Super Bowl championships, EA Sports has simulated a game of the two competitors in the Super Bowl, and it has successfully predicted 9 of the 12 champions, as well as the NFL is known as the 33rd NFL franchise as well, because the players are sent game film that coaches receive during the season.
Okay. What makes Madden a top-selling game the last 4 years running and the top 3 since 1995?
Everything. First off, Madden is the godfather to all sports games, as we know, and it's currently on top. The only competition it has is Call of Duty. But the thing about Call of Duty is it's not going to last with Madden. Madden has relevance. It connects with society. For example, if you see any new dances or trends going on in society by real people, people that you see all the time, then there's athletes who's also doing these dances and they're transferring to the game. So it's incorporating the game. There's influencing users to buy the game, to do this. Like, oh, I do this. Now it's in the game. It allows you to do it. And next, you have the opportunity to travel the world and compete in Madden tournaments. You can win tons of money and also chance to appear in the Super Bowl or even Super Bowl commercials for that matter. So that's just something that really gives the fans and people playing Madden a chance that they want, the opportunity that they want to be involved in the game in real life.
Wow. What does the impact of football in a game have on football in real life?
So video games help sports people who don't really watch football or like football. They connect it much better when they play the game, and they don't have to watch. If they don't like the severe head injuries or anything, they can play the game, and that's how they connect to football. Especially since nowadays, since parents are not really trying to have their kids play football, they want them to actually play the video game over the actual real game.
Okay. What changes have occurred over the years to make the game better?
Plenty. Now this is my favorite subject. First of all, recording and saving highlights. For a guy like me, I like playing with my friends. I like competing. I like winning. So there's times where things happen in a game, you score a touchdown, one hand catch. You have the opportunity chance to save it and record it for later. So if the friends, that didn't happen, you can bring it up. Next, you get weekly updates, real news, real banners at the bottom of the screen telling you about this player got traded here, this player got traded there, this player is currently injured. Next, social media ties into it again, and with society, which brings back up the fact that you can record and save highlights. After you save the highlight, you can then send it straight to your social media, to your Twitter, to your Facebook. Let your friends see, let the world see. Next is the graphics. The graphics came a long way. You can see the sweat from players, tattoos, everything's in complete depth and there for you to see and really idealize.
Nice. Okay, I have a couple questions for both of you. What has the game done to revolutionize gaming on Madden?
Well, now Madden today, we basically use real life stunt players and former players that didn't make it to the NFL. And 4 times out the year, EA Sports shoots stunts for these players to portray how players react in the game. If an offensive lineman makes a call on the offensive side, and defensive players can shift and move players around, and injuries that occur. If a guy has a head injury, portrays he got a head injury, and it's hard for EA to do that with computers. It's much easier to do if you have stunt people and real life players to portray those acts.
Yeah, and to back up what he said pretty much, like when Madden first came out, everything was about squares and different types of segments that you had to run into. So it's like really to run 5 yards, you had to run like 15 yards. You have to go this way, stop, turn this way, and run straight. 15 yards to go 5. And now with, like he said, the stun guys, everything is more realistic. The turning, the running, jumping, cutting, the whole movement of players. So it's like, just gives you a better connection with the game. And it came a long way.
What can be expected for the future of Madden?
What can be expected is having real life bidding wars and having fantasy football impact Madden. It already does, but it doesn't really show in the game as much as it does. But we can expect to see better versions of social media and how that impacts bidding and how that revolutionizes the game as well.
Yeah, that's a good connection because, like you also mentioned, with the simulations and how they simulate the game, I feel like in the future it's really going to be a big impact because of the technology and it's only getting better. So the simulation between this team and this team is just going to get even more real to what we actually see in real life.
Okay. And why do you like Madden?
It's football. I mean,
Yeah, personally for me, Madden is an influence. It's also almost as if like growing up this whole time has just been influenced me to do better. Like just seeing my idols and my role models play Madden, and then growing up getting the chance to play football myself, going to college and playing with players, and then next day seeing them on Madden, it just influenced me even more to just continue to do what I do in life and be great as a person and a role model to other kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.